What's happening for him? Today's mail day. And we got Miss Zhao Qin from Balala the Fairies. Recently someone notified me that a bunch of the older Balala the Fairies dolls were going up on AliExpress, and I could not resist myself. Balala the Fairies is a series by the Alpha Group, also known as Aldi Toys. It's all part of the same conglomerate. It's a magical girl series that started in 2008, and it's most commonly referred to as China's Precure. I'd say it's a lot more complex than just that. Alpha does have a history of copying other people's homework, but over time they've kind of tried to, shed that image and turn their franchises into a lot more original things. But this one is from 2011, and that was when they were still very much in their copying other people's homework era. So this girlie here has a couple different names. Early licensing material tends to refer to her as Sarah. However, in the official English subs that you can watch on YouTube, she's more commonly referred to as Sandy, so I'm probably going to keep calling her Sandy throughout this video. You can see she got quite jostled during shipping, but I kind of expected that for a $13 package from China. There's also a bunch of rubber bands that kind of fell off or broke, but this doll is about 13 years old, so I'm not surprised a lot of the rubber bands have started to dry rot in there. And now we're gonna take her out and take a little closer look at it. My relationship with Balala is kind of weird. I've known about it for approximately a decade now because for the longest time it's been an inside joke in the Precure fandom. And the first series that I watched in full, hell, the only series I've watched in full to this day was Rainbow Heartstone, which is the one that Sandy here comes from. And that show kind of fucked me up, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, we have what appears to be some kind of survey form here, dated December 26, 2011. So Sandy's entire thing is that she's going to this school in the fairyland to better hone her magic. And she's this child prodigy. But also her mother has been mysteriously missing for a while now. And you find out throughout the course of the series that her mother is actually one of the villains. And once she finally figures that out, they kill her mom and then the show just ends. So one of the things that popped out to me first was the cards that kind of fell out of their place in the box. These shoes were just taped in, not even any protective plastic on them. That's kind of infuriating, I'm gonna be honest. For how little the shoes were taped in, these cards are taped in a little too well. I was afraid I was gonna bend or rip them. So we got these little clear plastic cards that have Maggie on them. These are dated 2008, and I could tell just by the general art style, this is based more off of the original live-action series. You have your basic fairy outfit. You also have this outfit for her, as well as this one. I don't know what you would call these types of cards. I normally refer to them as Milfly cards, which is a style of trading card that was popularized by Takara Tomy in the 2000s, and they've used it for a variety of different franchises. They're also pretty similar, basically the same gimmick to the Happiness Charge Precure cards, if you've seen those before, or if you know nothing about girls' toys, the closest thing you'd probably get to these are the Redekai cards. I'm a little confused as to why, they used Maggie and not Sandy, but these are clearly reused older stock, so I doubt they felt like drawing up new cards. You can see this has started to yellow a tiny bit, but like I said, this doll has literally been in the box for the past 13-ish years. That's not surprising. So there is her little necklace piece, but it doesn't come with any kind of string to put it on her, and there's clearly a little hole there. I'm gonna show it probably more close up later. That's a really nice sculpted piece. It probably would look better if it was painted, but why is there no string for her necklace? How is she supposed to put that on? Wand, again, really nicely sculpted. Probably could use a little bit more paint though. She also comes with a little mirror and comb. The comb, pretty standard doll stuff. I don't really see mirror that often, and also I do think these are original sculpts because those do kind of look like, the general Balala Fairy Wing logo. They could be reused from something else, who knows. Okay, her second outfit doesn't have any plastic ties keeping it in place. It's actually sewn in with a thread. I like that a lot because I feel like the material they used, if they had plastic ties, it would have like caused some kind of hole in this, which would not be nice. Okay, so the thread is for some reason knotted into this, so that might be a little tricky to get out. This looks like the type of material that like the sparkles might wear off over time. Not entirely sure about that. It is like stretchy. Ooh yeah, I don't want to stretch that too much. That kind of, this would be the type of piece you'd want to be careful with. If you gave it to a child, it would be destroyed by the time they were adult, but they're supposed to be played with. What else could you do? Very minimal rubber bands holding her in. I do appreciate that. There she is. I will say this is actually much higher quality than I expected. The hair, I'm not good at identifying hair types, but I would say that does not feel like polypropylene. Polypropylene is the really cheap, shitty hair type that degrades really fast. And like, yeah, the rubber bands have broken a bit, but I could easily just restyle the hair. I might even like, yeah, that's actually kind of cute. I might need to fix it up a little bit more, maybe like curl the ends out a little bit more, but I kind of like it like that. For a general size comparison, she is about the same height as a modern day Bandai Precure style doll. Outfit construction overall much better because there's a lot less. There isn't any details printed on, actually. It's all like sewn on there. The boots are sculpted really nice. They're fully painted. The one thing that was on the box that she seems to be missing is that she had like little ribbons in her hair, but I could easily just, make that myself. And also, I'm gonna have to find a string for the necklace anyway. But yeah, let's flip around the camera a bit and look at her a little bit closer. Quick before we look at the doll, we're gonna take a closer look at the cards quick. Here's her main outfit. Here's this one. I didn't actually know about them until I ordered this and took a closer look at the images on the listing. But yeah, definitely interesting. Now for Miss Sandy herself, definitely not a completely accurate depiction of her outfit in the show, but if I didn't look at an image of her closely before this, I'd be like, yeah, that's her. The one big gripe I have, minus not having the hair ribbons, is I kind of wish she had the flower brooch she was supposed to have, but I could try to make that myself if I really wanted to. Generally, the outfit is pretty damn well constructed. Like, all of this is hemmed except for, this part, but it also does have this trim there, so maybe that'll help, I don't know. The body is really stiff plastic. Like, this just moves up and down. You can't really move it out a bit. But this is, a lot harder than what I'm used to with dolls like this. Legs are a little bit softer, not very articulated either. These aren't click joints or anything, just simple back and forth. Hi, quick amendum. She does actually have click joint in these. They were just really stiff, so it took me a while to figure that out. We could take a look at the second outfit quick. Okay, second outfit, not nearly as impressive as the first outfit. This is a really scratchy lace, which the first outfit had, the same material here, but, without any of that detail, it just looks, a lot worse. The shoes, I feel like they could have easily been pulled off of something else. Very, generic heel mold. Very odd to give this character such large heels when she's canonically 6 years old, which another reason I feel like they just kind of pulled it off of something else. Definitely very different shoe sculpts to what the main shoes are. And also, as I was able to take a closer look at her body while changing the outfit, very generic body, no company markings anywhere, a little sus. I do suspect, at least the original Balala dolls had a lot of parts borrowed off of whatever they could find. I mean, it's just the faces of the main three characters that make me think that, because Those look like dollar store Barbie knockoff faces, I'm sorry. And quickly, before I forget, here is her wand. Like I mentioned earlier, actually like a really nice sculpt. I just would have put more paint on that probably. And her little necklace, I'm gonna have to give a string. I don't think that's gonna focus at all. So just trust me on that. Trust me on that. But yeah, overall, actually a really, cute little doll. It took Aldi a while to start really knocking it out of the park with their dolls, mostly because they struggled with faces for the first few years they were making Balala dolls. But by the time Over the Rainbow came out, those started looking really nice. Then they skipped a few years again. But the most recent releases, the faces look a little weird, but the art style is completely different from all the previous seasons, so I understand. And like overall, they look like insanely good dolls. I'm gonna have to find out a way to track those down. But yeah, I'm not disappointed with her at all. I actually do really like her. I almost ordered her a couple years ago on eBay for like 20 something dollars, and then I started procrastinating for too long, and I missed out on the listing. So I was really glad I was able to find this one for about like $13 on AliExpress. I didn't miss out on like the $4 like budget releases, but it's really not that bad. But yeah, that's Miss Sandy from Aldi Toys from Balala the Fairies Rainbow Heartstone, and thank you for watching.